Have you ever compared how you feel after reading the Bible versus after you watch or read your favorite movie, TV show, book? It is compared to none. And I mean, it hit me because every time I open up the Word of God, I mean, in any part of the Word of God, and I sit in it for, I mean, just a few verses, I'm like, whoa, it really is that good. And then it helped me see when I'm watching my favorite show or watching my favorite movie, yes, nothing wrong with that. But just recognizing the differences of feelings and then kind of now being more in tune with the intentionality that I want for my spiritual journey, I'm noticing the feelings that come up even with my good favorite shows. It's like there's this quickness and this enticement that is of, I literally can feel it's of my flesh. I can feel like I'm going down this rabbit hole, but yet it feels so good to me. But yet when I read the Bible, and it could be a couple of verses in, or even a verse sometimes, it's that just empowerment, like that spiritual enrichment that I get. And it's compared to nothing else. And I'm just wondering, have y'all felt that too? And if you're not feeling that or aware of those feelings or the differences, I'm curious why. There's no judgment, there's nothing. I'm just curious of why. And I'm curious if you're curious. Like, have you asked yourself? Have you even prayed about it? Have you maybe stopped to be more intentional and pray before you study the Bible? Have you really thought about what you're going through in your life? What your thoughts are, good or bad, exciting or frustrating, sad, whatever it may be? Have you stopped to ask those questions? Think about that with yourself. When I do that in my prayer journal, it's the first thing that I do. I start with gratitude, of course, because it just reminds me like, man, me even being able to be here right now and write down in this journal, have my thoughts, I'm grateful. And then if I'm still thinking even past that moment, I'm grateful that God is a God that allows me to have those moments with him. And just period, you know? And so, but I ask those questions like, God, what do you want me to see in today? It's the simplest thing sometimes, but I know sometimes we can get so overwhelmed and we can just have a lot going on that we aren't able sometimes by ourselves to just stop. So I'm just curious if you have those moments, and if not, why? Like literally tell me below. And what kind of community do you have? What kind of people do you have around you? And this is why it's so important for me to start back doing these Bible studies, because I've been in and out of those seasons and I can drastically tell the difference. And even through the scaredness of it all, I just, you have to choose your heart sometimes. I don't know if you've heard that, but I'd rather choose my heart in obedience to God. And there's this quote I've heard many times in those journeys that I was on when I was in the thick of it all. And the quote was, even delayed obedience is disobedience. So I'm just curious if you're curious, because I think a lot of our emotions and a lot of our different states of being that we're in are just misplaced. And that's why we're talking about those in these Bible stories. Like, it's that good. Everything we go through, we hear that saying and we hear it in the Bible. Nothing is new under the sun. Literally, nothing is new under the sun. We can truly relate to the Bible that you got to be doing some digging in the Word throughout the week. And you got to maybe do it in a community that can help you dissect, who can be a safe space for you to have questions based on the Word of God, under the will of God. And so I am inviting you to join us. We're doing our Bible studies. Right now, we're doing them every other Thursday. But on this channel, it is not your end all be all. But I promise you it's a space for you to retreat, relate, and rejuvenate. And we're going to always do that by reminding ourselves to pause the grind, plug into God, and pamper yourself, girl or guys. Because the only way we really have and can do real self-care is when we stop and we check in with the one who created self. So I encourage you, come study the Bible with me. You can join our community below. Tell me what it is that's holding you up, or what kind of things are happening in your life that's not making you curious. Tell me. Let's figure this out, because I have learned in any part of the journey, we can rise in the power that God has already given us. And yes, that is even in his word. And so we about to just walk forward. We're not about to delay the obedience anymore, because I guarantee you, There's something that has been nudging you. Like in Exodus 2 that we've been studying lately, there's something special that God has given you to hide, maybe, to cultivate, to let go. And then along the journey, there's some hiccups and some self-identity issues that we go through. But again, it's nothing new under the sun, so we can see where that is in the Bible. We can see where that is in the Exodus. In this study that we did a couple of weeks ago, you can see that here. But we're going to dive in deeper because it's so much more that we can identify with these characters, and God has given us the blueprint. And the thing is, I'm learning, spoiler alert, God always makes the plan clear. He makes it clear. A lot of times we're just missing Him affirming us more clearly. And we're going to talk about that soon.